Okay, we have one more presentation that'll take us into our first lunch here, and our next presenter is actually from ISTA staff. So throughout these 2 days, we do like to give a few updates on what we've got going on as an organization. We get asked about it a lot. So joining us now is going to be Matt Thompson, who leads several initiatives here at ISTA. He is actually the staff representative for our Education Council, but also leads the development work behind a lot of our classes, our educations and trainings, and some of the digital tools that we're starting to build for members in the industry as well. So he has, if you don't know Matt, he came to ISTA a few years ago, but had 30 years of industry experience prior to that. He's a San Jose State University alum. Are there any other San Jose State University alums here? We've got one. Awesome, welcome. Okay, so Matt's going to give us an update on the latest on ISTA Digital and then some of the education stuff as well, and then we'll go to lunch after that. So come on up, Matt, thanks.
Thanks, AJ. Good morning, everyone. Thanks. This is going to be a unique update because we're going to spend the first 15 minutes talking about ISTA Digital. I'm going to catch you up on what we have going on that front. And then the latter half of this, about a half an hour presentation, will be focused on our education initiatives, and we'll catch you up on what's going on there. So I'm going to jump right in and start talking about ISTA Digital. ISTA Digital, if you weren't here at Forum 11 months ago when we were in San Diego, this might be your first time learning about it, but it's a new digital cloud application from ISTA for ISTA members, focusing on the collection and sharing of data, and I'll speak to that quite a bit, and talk about some new tools that we have for collaboration with stakeholders within the system. But it's all focused on what ISTA is all about, is reducing damage and the optimization of resources through effective packaging design. But ISTA Digital is available out to you out there right now at no additional charge as long as you're an ISTA member. You can go to digital.ista.org or use that QR code to go to that URL and look for the sign up for ISTA Digital link. So I'll remind you at the end of the presentation as well about that link again. But like I said, 11 months ago in San Diego at Forum, we announced that we had been working on ISTA Digital for a while on this platform, and we released it in September, so we've only had it out and available for the last 6 months, so it's a very new system for us all. I'm going to go through and talk about what we call Collect. That's what's out there already. It's collection of observational and logger data and distribution mapping, and then I'm going to move on and speak to a brand new feature that's focused on collaboration called Connect. Then I'm going to talk about security in the system, a little bit about the support, and wrap it up before I move on and talk about the education stuff. So we're focusing on Collect and Connect, and you'll see Test in there as well. I want to let you know that we're kind of on a journey, all focused around packaging design in order to work towards and through testing. You won't hear me talk a lot about testing today, but I want to let you know that that is in our future, that we have technology and tools out there that's focused on testing in the future. So what is Collect? Collect is out there to bring transparency to our supply chain, something very important. We at ISTA believe it's extremely important that you know your supply chains and your distribution channels, like it was talked about in that last excellent presentation there, learning a lot about rail transport, but Collect allows you to go in and log that observational data that you might see. Hopefully you don't have to jump over the fence into the rail yard to take the pictures and get I'm glad you didn't get in trouble for that. But observational data in the distribution channel or the supply chain allows you to document that in the system and share it with others. There's also an a focus on logger data, which I'll mention a little later. But basically, observational data is anything that, it speaks for itself, anything you can see or measure and take a picture of if you're allowed to use your phone in a situation, if you're in a manufacturing location and can use your phone to take photos or videos, anything you can attach a location to and measure. So any kind of handling, any kind of storage, any kind of equipment, whether it's packaging equipment or manufacturing equipment, all the way to a retail location or a delivery to your front door or to a business at a roll-up door. However you'd like to, all of the important parts of a package and how it's displayed, how it moves through the supply chain and distribution channel to the end-use customer. We're all very interested in that. So observational data can be captured into the system and put into a distribution map. And you can do this today in the system. A distribution map takes you, no surprise, all the way, it can take you all the way from the origin of the manufacturer, all the way to the destination of the package to the end user. You can divide up the distribution map into different segments. You can specify each, like it says there, mode, vehicle, handling, and metrics along the way for each segment. Then you can take any photos or videos that you have, whether it was taken from the actual supply chain that you're speaking to, or it's representative of the handling or storage or equipment that goes on the distribution channel that you're trying to map. You can also add what we call steps, where you can put in the hazards and the equipment information and metrics. We're also tied into the Google Map API, so that when you put location information, if you choose to put that, it's optional, but you can put that into your distribution map. It'll show up on a map, and you can actually see photos on the map itself. So this is a screenshot from the system. This is what your distribution map might look like, with the different segments and locations with actual photos and videos attached along it's all based on a timeline there. And here's a view of some of the steps that you can put in the system. We're very excited to have this available in the system right now. So logger data. Logger data is also on our strategic map for collect, and we're still continue to work on bringing logger data into the system. It's not available right now to do that, but we have plans for later this year to allow you to upload your logger data into the tool and be able to store that in your project that has a distribution map associated with it. And to that end, we have developed a file transfer protocol that's available right now. We're actually on our second release. We're working with a couple of prominent partners and that are in this room on the logger data side in order to have a specific ISTA format that can be uploaded, that can be downloaded from the software, from the logger software, and then uploaded directly into our system and understood by the ISTA Digital application. So if you have any questions about the standard, if you want to learn more about it, please reach out to me, and I'm glad to talk to you about it. Okay, so that's a really quick overview of Collect. Now I'd like to talk about our new collaboration tool that we call Connect, that's going to be coming out later this summer. It's also on a journey. We talked about Collect. Our next big focus in the tool is on collaboration. So Connect is due to come out in June, just in a few months, and we have a solid release schedule going into the next few years. So we have a lot of activity. But what is Connect? It's a collaboration tool, like I said, in ISTA Digital. It's a new way to capture observational data and save it in the system, and then collaborate and share with other users inside your project in the system. I have to say that we, as ISTA staff, are using ISTA Digital in general for our research and development projects as we develop new standards and perform research ourselves. And it's something that you can also use yourself if you care to go in there as a member. It's available to you to be able to have a design project, a test project, a research project, and you can use it just like we do. But Connect is really about documenting and communicating before, during, or after a project or a shipment or a test, and I'll speak to you that and show you in a few examples in just a moment. But Connect is also very important because ISTA Digital itself is available for members, for ISTA members. But Connect is the first time that we'll be able to bring in non-members into the system and have them participate in a limited way, because we know our stakeholder groups go beyond just our those that are ISTA members. You know, we have a lot of stakeholders that are maybe indirectly involved in ISTA and ISTA. We want to accommodate and allow them to participate in the system as well. But Connect allows you to identify, like it says here, damage, opportunities for sustainability improvements, transportation, handling hazards, equipment, storage, and then you can identify the packages and the products in these photos. You can also comment, use the system to comment and communicate with those that post Connect using the Connect system. And then it's a way for us all to be able to collect structured data for potential future investments that ISTA may have in AI. So this is the way it works. Imagine you could set up a project yourself in ISTA Digital, and you can put together a project team. I'll show you the project team window in just a moment. But you can send out and put together a QR code or a link that you can put in a PDF document or an email, and you could either click on a receiver of that, some data contributor that you set up to use the Connect system, can either click on the link or pick up their phone or their tablet and scan the QR code, and they'll be presented with a system that will allow them to document what they're seeing in the system. So if you're going into a project and you want to learn a lot more about maybe damage that's happening or shelf presence in a retail environment, or if there was an issue with delivery at home, when you're first setting up a project, you can really put your feelers out there and put together a project team that allows you to collect information. And then during the project, you can communicate with them as well. And then you can use the system after a project as well to follow up and confirm whether the project had the impact that you wanted to, if it was successful, if it was an optimization project. But essentially, you can identify what type of observation that you're making in the system and put up to 5 different photos or videos into what we refer to as a Connect post in the system. And then you can add observations where you can annotate right in the photo and show what item, what package, or what hazard or handling that you might have concern about or want to optimize, or maybe a very successful. You might be documenting some kind of success in the system after a project to confirm that you met your goals for a project. But you can, in this case, they're identifying the pallet, some packages of concern in the unit load, and the fact that it's being handled by a Ford truck. So you can identify a lot of information right in the system as a data contributor or as a user of ISTA Digital. You can refresh right away if you prefer to work on a desktop computer. You can immediately switch to a desktop and be able to continue your work on the desktop. So using the QR code or the link, you can hop from a mobile device, whether it be a phone or a tablet. And if you're working in the lab, you can use the QR code and it'll automatically open up the project on your phone and be able to submit Connect posts in that fashion. And then you can hop right back to your desktop and continue your work. So there's a way to manage posts and attach them to a project itself. Once this is a screenshot right out of our test system where you have these Connect posts. Remember I talked about the QR code with the link. If you sent that out there initially and they use that link, those Connect posts that they put together will automatically go right to the project. So you can set up a project ahead of time and plan out your team and get and ask them to provide feedback, and the feedback in the form of Connect posts will come right into the project. So we're very excited about that. We're also working on the ability to take those Connect posts and attach them to the distribution maps that I was talking about earlier. So who can use Connect? All members can use Connect. This is just meant to show you that you can, everybody that's shown up on the screen, if that's you in the middle and your direct team around you, and everybody that's inside your company, if they're an ISTA member and they sign up to use ISTA Digital, they can participate in projects and use Connect. It's not a problem. But what's exciting about, especially exciting about Connect, like I mentioned earlier, is that it's the first time that we've gone beyond just requiring ISTA membership in order to use the system. Non-members can use Connect. They can only use Connect, but they can use Connect. So when you put together your project team, you can really put together a broad list of contributors that you can draw this data from all over. But you know, as far as ISTA members, you could be the delegate or you could be the alternate. You could be an associate member and use ISTA Digital. But anyone can really anyone can use Connect in general. So here's a screenshot right from the system, which allows you to manage your project team. You can look at and see who exactly is on the project. You can see a few of those say Connect only. That's because they're data contributors and they can only use Connect. That means they're non-members in the system. But when you first put together a project, you can set up your project team, and once they're all signed up to use ISTA Digital, they can start to use the Connect collaboration tool in the system. Okay. So moving on, just have a few slides about security. We do use Google Firebase. There's a lot of companies out there that use Google Firebase already for identity and access management. And then we use AWS, Amazon Web Services for to store our application, and the database associated with it. For file storage, we use Amazon S3, and we use Amazon CloudFront for our content delivery network. We've gone through a pretty extensive web application security round where we've worked with an IT company out in California and been able to review our application to make sure it's secure, and we're very happy with the results there. As far as support there, when you first go into the system, look for the support link in the upper right-hand corner. And when you click that, that brings you to a page where there's a bunch of videos where you can learn a lot more, well beyond what I'm talking about today, and be able to see how to use the system going forward. The information about Connect is not in there yet, but the information about Collect and the base system of using ISTA Digital is available right now. So what's available now and what's coming? We have the Collect observational data, the distribution mapping that I talked about is available right now. We rolled out a few general updates in the October, November, December timeframe to fix a few bugs and roll out some minor new updates. Connect will be coming out early this summer. We're targeting the end of June right now. And the Collect logger data and a new home page and a distribution map dashboard and report we're looking at rolling out later this year. So please look for that. So once again, go to digital.ista.org and look for that sign up for ISTA Digital link down in the lower right, and you can sign yourself up and get into the system. So that's the ISTA Digital side of my presentation. So now I'm going to shift gears and talk about education for a few minutes. I'm going to talk about our PDP, our Packaging Dynamics Professional program, and talk about our Principles of Cold Chain Packaging course that we have out there. Talk a little bit about RPBD, which is the Responsible Packaging by Design guide update that we're working on, and our brand new test procedure training courses that we're offering now. But you may have seen this slide before in previous updates that I've provided at ISTA forums, but I just want to remind everybody that, an investment in certification, specifically the Packaging Dynamics Professional certification that we offer, really is an investment in your own personal development, both from you and your organization, your company. It's an investment in yourself and they in you and your professional development. ISTA professionals are recognized around the industry in packaging design and testing. We do have a recertification process that happens after you receive your initial certification. There's a 3-year, you have 3 years to extend and renew your certification. And recertification really keeps you up, as you can imagine, with current trends, and really validates to yourself and to your management and everyone in the industry that you work with, that you're really keeping up with current trends and keeping up your packaging industry knowledge, right? There's 3 different ways to take the courses and become PDP certified. We have an online self-study program on our website that you can use and take it at your leisure. And there's 6 different courses, and each course has an exam at the end. The system will keep track of as you take and pass each exam, and then when you pass all 6, you'll automatically be awarded your certification. We also have live virtual training sessions a couple times a year that are available. Please look to our social media and email correspondence for announcements about them. We also in-person trainings. We had one just yesterday. We had 19 people that were in the training, and it was very successful. Had a lot of good questions. I spoke to Larry, and he said it was a great group, so I bet you a lot of the people from that training are in the room today, so great job. Please look forward to that if you're ever interested in taking that training live. We typically offer it at these ISTA Forum events. We just found out and finalized the plans for PDP training in China in a couple of months here in May. If you know anybody that wants to take the training in Chinese, we do have that available as a live virtual. They can sign up there. You'll see more announcements about that in the next week or so on our website. And that's available. We also have a live in-person training coming up at our European Forum event later this October in Barcelona, so we're excited about that. Giovanni Risi led his first round of training last year in Amsterdam, and we're very excited about looking forward to the next one in October in Barcelona. And Larry will host a live virtual training later this fall as well. Okay, moving on from the Packaging Dynamics Professional certification courses, I want to talk a little bit about our principles of cold chain packaging. We refer to it as CC 101. It's an entry-level course that's available to all of you. It has 13 different sections. I took a screenshot from the course itself. There's almost 6 hours worth of content in there. It's really a fantastic course put together by William Pelletier, who might be right here. He might be over in Tempak right now, but he did a great job. He's from the University of Florida, and he has his own consulting business, and he put this together as a consultant for us and developed this course. We have a recorded online self-study version of it that really takes you through at your own pace and allows you to really, understand and learn, have a broad overview of the fundamentals of cold chain packaging. And it's not specific to a particular industry, whether it's bio or pharma or food or industrial. It's really a very general course. It's really a perfect introduction for technicians, designers and engineers that are working anywhere in the cold chain space, right? And you really should consider it for yourself if you're interested, if you deal with cold chain in any way, shape, or form. And if you ever are hiring employees, designers, engineers, salespeople, marketing people, if they work with cold chain at all, it really could be put into your onboarding material to take this course, because it really gives you a really good broad fundamentals on the principles of cold chain packaging. So it's highly recommended. We've got a lot of really great feedback on it. So like I said, online, well, maybe I didn't say it. It's available online self-study, so you can sign up for it. There's a QR code there that takes you right there and be able to sign up for that course and take it at your own pace or recommend it to somebody. And then later on this fall, we are looking to offer a live virtual version of this where you would log on to a Zoom call and be able to take the training. It's an all-day event, okay? Last couple of things here. I want to talk about RPBD. Responsible packaging by design. It's a guide that's been out there since 2012. The first version of it was released in November of 2012. There's a list of industry, a lot of very smart people with a lot of experience worked and put this together. It is a guide to really, the initial version was focused mostly on regulated products, packaging of regulated products. We're looking to rewrite it, which is why I'm bringing it up here. We're currently have been in the process of updating this great standard and bringing it to a much broader, moving on from just regulated products, the packaging of regulated products. The original version was 112 pages, and it was vetted by NGOs and experts out there. And we're really pleased to have a really strong couple of work groups in 2023. All the great people, some of which are in this room right now, and then into 24 as we've worked to refine this standard and build it up and make it even more modern and available. So I went past that slide really quick. Wow, there we go. So backwards, yeah. So we're looking to release the version 2 of the Responsible Packaging by Design standard. It's scheduled to be released later this year. Okay, thanks. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is our test procedure training courses that are out there. We have 2 of them available right now. This first one is focused on the 3L, ISTA 3L. So that particular standard or project that's out there, this is a training course that is available on our website as an online self-study course. There are 35 sections. That's the first 12, and then all the way up through 36. So I said 30, I guess there's 36 sections there. And it's a course that just lasts over just over 2 hours. So I just wanted to give you a look at some of the different sections of this course. Almost all of these are animations. So they're actually animations that take you through how to perform an ISTA 3L test on a product. And it walks you step by step, block by block through the process, and you can learn a lot about how to execute an ISTA 3L test. There's a lot of tips and tricks. I worked with Eric Heiser on this. He has answered a lot of questions over the years on how to perform these tests and provide a lot of feedback. He created all of the audio, the transcripts that go along with these, and you'll hear his recommendations all the way along the way. So there's a lot of tips and tricks on how to execute the different tests and have a good result that works for your stakeholders. So we're super proud of this 3L course that's out there. We also have one available for ISTA 3A right now, which is 23 sections, about an hour and 10 minutes. It's some of the same material, but it's very specific to ISTA 3A and has a lot of good information there. So both of these 3L and 3A test procedure training courses are available to members on our website for no charge. And there is a small charge out there for non-member access. And you can look on our site to learn more about that. But we're also in the works. We're working on these same test procedure training courses for 1A, 3B, 2A, and 3E. And later on this year, please look for our announcements to have additional test procedure training courses out there that I think are very valuable. And even if you've done these tests a lot before, or if you're training new people, you can really look to these to learn a lot about how to do a great job and maybe even work more efficiently and perform these tests in a way that really meets your stakeholders and your own goals. So once again, it's a little summary here of the ISTA Packaging Dynamics Professional courses that are out there. Those are available now. We also have a distribution environment data collection and analysis set of courses out there, 4 different courses totaling 3 hours that are available as a self-study course on our website. We have the CC 101, Principles of Cold Chain Packaging, almost 6 hours worth of content available a number of different ways, but certainly the online self-study seems to be the most popular. We have the test procedure training courses that I was just talking about available, and then 2 of them are available now, 4 more later this year. And then please look forward to an update to our Responsible Packaging by Design guide later on this year. So that brings us right down to the end of my half-an-hour time frame, and I'm pretty much on time, and I'm glad about that. And you made it to the middle of the day, so that's a good, another bit of good information. And thank you for your time.